Hello and welcome to my channel and this video which I have made on Axis Bank Limited. Axis Bank is India's third largest private bank and the fourth largest credit card issuer. It's a several subsidiaries which many may not be aware of, which are namely Axis Finance Limited, Axis Capital Limited, A Trades, which is into discounting of bills, a special subsidiary they started. Then they have Axis Asset Management, Axis Trustees Services, which is a SEBI registered for securities and escrow purposes. Then they have Axis Securities Limited, which is in the stock equity broking business. Then they have Freecharge, which was acquired in 2017 from Snapdeal, and Axis Mutual Fund Trustees, and Axis Bank UK Limited, and they also have a partnership with Max Financial for the Max Life Insurance business. The promoter holding in Axis is 8.19%, which is mainly LIC, UTI, GIC, and the general insurance companies of GIC, which is New India, National, Oriental, and so on from that. And FIIs hold a large 52%, domestic institutions 29.91%, public holds a very small 9.91%. Among the non-promoter large holdings are Dodge and Cox funds, which has got 3.27%. Government of Singapore has 2.11%. Government pension funds of Norway 1.80, Mirai Assets 1.49, and Vanguard funds 1.05%. Now let's talk about the charts of Axis Bank Limited. And you can see in this quarterly chart, right from its listing, initial hiccup due to the subprime, then a very smart recovery, sideways corrective in the quarterly charts from uh, 2010 October all the way to July 2013, and then from August 2013 a very smart recovery, did nicely. COVID correction came down and back to its all time high now, speaking out. And here you can see in this frame that at this 800 level, kind of a V-shaped recovery like a cup, the decay of the decline in COVID time and the pullback. And as per Ichimoku, also we can see that apart from this COVID, it has always held the quarterly baseline real nicely since it's started breaking out in 2014 around 280 rupees. Let's have a look at the monthly chart. And in the monthly chart also, uh, you can see that only once it struggled below the cloud in the COVID time. Apart from that, just 1 month, initially 2013, and then that sharp recovery from there, and a phenomenal move coming out of that move and zooming away. We also have a bullish TK crossover this year in end March, April, monthly March candle, which has led to further strength in Axis securities going ahead. In the daily time frame, we can see a beautiful structure which has given a move of a inverse head and sorry, in the weekly it's done smoothly well again, pushing its way up. First, a bearish decay crossover, but this solid future cloud of Ichimoku held on to it, pushed its way up, and now again a bullish TK crossover in May end, and then a beautiful run has taken place nicely. The weekly also fantastically bullishly set up. In the daily, we can see a inverse head and shoulder breakout took place in uh, Axis Bank, a double uh, head with single shoulders, and you can see this part out here where this inverse head and shoulder has done its minimum expected upside of 1x at 1030. There's further more possible if it continues to show strength towards 1050, maybe 1075, which I'm coming to, which are those levels where the stock could see some pressure on the upside. Those are the levels there. Now, downward flat baseline pretty far, but because it's making continuous higher highs in daily, it's not having its major impact. We saw a little bit of baseline pullback to form the right shoulder out here. There's not much of this. It won't remain flat for more than one candle, so that's not going to be a major issue to the investors there. In the hourly, the breakout which took place at 985 on 11th of September is seeing a, the trail is yet to be hit, which is now at 1020 odd. So till then there won't be any pressure. Yes, sustaining below that, it might slip down. And where does the support come in? The support comes in at uh, all the way down, this neckline where the support is, which is near $1,000, 1,000 to 990. In the weekly also we can see something similar, around 975, bigger support line, and in monthly also near 900, much more deeper. So those are the major support line. Now where lies the resistance for Axis Bank? So starting with the monthly, so if you join the higher highs from 2015 connected to 2019 and stretch it, it's coming towards that peak. That trend line resistance does not mean that it cannot break above the trend line resistance, but it is there, which is around right now near 1075, 1100 in the monthly time frame. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly also, you know, has that same 1075, which is also the 1.6x of the Fibonacci ratio of the inverse head and shoulder that we have seen in the daily time frame. So that would be my first line of resistance. If it manages to, start giving weekly closes, if not monthly, at least weekly closing sustaining above the trend line of 1075, 1100, then it opens up a bigger scenario because of this sharp move that we saw from the COVID lows, the pullback till June 2022. Then it opens 1200, 1350, 1555 accordingly as per Fibonacci. So very strong possibility with a uh, with both, looking at it from a medium term to a long term prospect stocks. These are the levels I'll be looking for, with opportunities to add uh, if there is a dip like that for fresh. Otherwise, anyone trailing can, depending on your risk reward setup and what level you have entered. Extreme short term, I would put 1015, 1020. Uh, if you have a provision for a longer hold, or if you hedge, then pull back into this breakout which took place, the inverse head and shoulder breakout near 990, 9,000 would be interesting, in case it does a dip and again resumes. The major huge support would be further, if that does not hold, comes much down at 965 to 945 odd, which tallies with the weekly and monthly. But overall, very strong, one of the stronger banks in the, showing their strength in the market. Might, an opportunity to add on dips, or do SIPs and accumulate. Too much of, not, yes, in the extreme short term, can't be too aggressive right now on it, unless, unless we start seeing it sustain above the Friday high of 1030, that is September 15th. Then yes, you can start trailing towards the upper levels accordingly, which are fairly good for from a short term point of view also. So overall, very well placed, very strong bank, in from the large private sector. Doesn't have a huge weightage in the index like HDFC Bank, but yes, it has an impact on Bank Nifty and overall on Nifty, a Nifty top stock. So yes, good impact overall in it. A disclaimer: this is not a trading advice for long short buy sell. This is purely an educational video based on Ichimoku and Fibonacci. So before you do your investing or trading or buy sell on this, please do your research thoroughly and always manage your risk and respect your stop loss. I hope these videos have helped you, so please do like it and do share it also. Until then, happy trading and happy investing.